I hope everybody is well, safe and sound at home, getting ready for Shabbos. This past week was really the most difficult week since the lockdown began. With the backdrop of the pandemic, which has not gone away, we had civil unrest all over the country. And on Sunday, there was a palpable sense of fear that anything could happen. Rumors that it was coming to the valley. Concerns about how to protect our homes, our shul, each other. I want to thank Shirley Freeman, Yisrael Blumenstein, David Hershkowitz with their connections to law enforcement. David, as we know, is an officer for LAPD. Their advice, their suggestions, the information that they were giving helped tremendously. Ultimately, Hashem is the one who protects us, but the hishtadlus, the efforts that they took, really are deeply appreciated. It's very interesting that we take, in general, our security for granted. We assume that there's law and order, that we have medical officials making sure that the environment is safe. There's been one recurring theme in the past 3 months is that we're vulnerable. A microscopic virus can wreak havoc on the world. An event that takes place, a terrible event in a city far away, can suddenly change the entire landscape of the country. And that brings to mind that really, who protects us? As we said, it's HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's no coincidence that in this week's Parsha, Nasso, we have Birchas Kohanim, the priestly blessing. The first pasuk everybody knows, Yivarechacha Hashem v'yishmerecha. Hashem should bless you and watch over you. Did you ever wonder why those two go together? Hashem should bless you, which means an abundance of good, provide you with everything that you need, and at the same time protect you. The Rabbeinu Bachya says a mashal, a parable, a king who has within his power to bestow riches. He calls his friend from a faraway land and he gives him treasures. That person now leaves the king's presence with all of the money, with all of the wealth, and he's attacked on the way, and there's nothing the king can do to really guarantee his security and his well-being. Hashem is the one who provides our parnasa, who gives us the bottom line and makes sure that we have a roof over our head and we have food on the table and we're able to provide for our families. But what good is that if it's not protected? We felt that this past week. What good is the alarm system if somebody's going to chas v'shalom break through a window? A marauding mob. Lo aleinu, it was a terrible feeling of fear. But this brings to mind, Yivarechacha Hashem v'yishmerecha. The good news is that we are going back to Shul and Mir Hashem next week. The information is going out. You'll see on Sunday the email for registration and all the protocols. We highlighted some in the bulletin. But as we return and we try our best to have a sense of normalcy and go back to Shul, we have to remember, Yivarechacha Hashem v'yishmerecha. Hashem is the one who blesses us and watches over us. God willing, He should continue to do so. We'll find our way out of this crisis or crises, and we'll be able to have the rest of the pasuk also be fulfilled, where Yar Hashem panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, that we should only have peace. Everyone should have a wonderful Shabbos. Kol Tuv.